Okay, good evening, everyone. I love seeing a packed room like this for such a special occasion. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order for the Wiseburn Unified School District Board of Trustees meeting for Thursday, May 28th, 2026 at 6:05 p.m. Okay, Wendy, would you please take roll call?
Present.
Mr. Martinez,
Present.
Mr. Benuelos,
Present.
Ms. Cappy, and Ms. Legaspi are present.
Yeah. In honor of a very nice baseball uniform I saw in the audience here, I'm going to go ahead and ask Nathan if he would please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Thank you, Nathan. Very nicely done. For those following online and those present, we are on item 3.3 of our agenda regarding closed session. There were no actions taken by the board in closed session, so there is nothing to report. Item 4.1, is there a motion to approve the agenda for tonight's meeting?
Motion. Second.
There's only going to be two people, so it's going to be one of you two. So I have a motion and a second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Motion passes 3-0. Section 5, item 5.1 is comments from the public on items that are not on the agenda. For tonight, we do have 4 cards, 4 speakers. As a reminder, you will each have 3 minutes. Please take a look on your right or your left-hand side when you come up to the podium. State your name, and if you could please look at the timer for 3 minutes. And by the Robert's Rules of Order and Brown Act, we are not allowed to comment on any comments that are presented before the board tonight, but you are all welcome. And I am going to start with our first speaker, Julie Guthrie, and the topic is regarding Da Vinci Rise program. Please come up.
We're up and good. Wendy, are we good? Thank you. Okay. Dear members of the school board, I come to you as a community member and parent of a child who has experienced both of the systems within this district. For 6 years as a parent at Da Vinci Connect, 3 at Wiseburn, and returning to the Da Vinci system for high school this upcoming fall, remaining within the district. I could speak at length to the strengths and weaknesses of both programs, blind spots, if you will, but tonight is not for that. What I'll say briefly is that for years, I have yearned to see meaningful effort on this board's part to integrate Da Vinci's programs rather than treating them like a redheaded stepchild. And my spouse is a redhead and he approved that message. I have given grace and made excuses as to why one system frequently seems a little contentious or why there's some contentious feelings in the room. And I have no skin in the game at all regarding RISE. But being in healthcare, I see daily the risks of inadequate support and inadequate education. The outcomes for those individuals is dire, and in the case of the children, they frequently have found themselves to be in situations through no fault of their own. So I'm here to express concern and disappointment regarding your recent decision not to approve the Da Vinci RISE program through Wiseburn, because it's demonstrated clear success in supporting students experiencing homelessness and other significant life stressors. At a time when students are facing increasing instability, housing insecurity, family disruption, economic hardship, programs like Da Vinci's are not optional. They're essential. And these children are not failing our schools. Our systems are failing when we deny them the access to resources that directly address the barriers to their learning style. We heard from Patty and Carrie, students at the last meeting, of how RISE made the ultimate difference in them turning their academic direction around to a positive one. It created stability where there was chaos for them, connection where there was isolation, and academic progress where there was once decline. Denying support for its continuation sends a troubling message to all that proven support systems for our most vulnerable students are simply not a priority here in Wiseburn, and that you're only supportive when the kids are performing well rather than meeting them at where they are. So it's extraordinarily difficult to reconcile this decision with any previously stated commitment to equity, student success, or whole child education. Students experiencing homelessness and acute life stressors require more than standard classroom instruction. As pointed out in the last meeting, they require targeted, trauma-informed, and flexible support structures. Da Vinci's program has been doing that. At Wiseburn Middle, part of the ethos of conduct is the acronym PRIDE, and I'll speak to two that stand out in this situation. One, integrity, doing the right thing regardless of circumstances or if anyone is watching. And your choice is just not right looking at our current state of affairs in the community of children in need. You had the opportunity to lead and bring attention to this district. I just don't understand why you wouldn't want positive attention brought to this district. And the second is empathy. Whether we touch upon cognitive or emotional aspects of empathy, it's quite clear that none of you sat with this and reflected sufficiently. So I don't sound grateful right now, but I do give thanks for you showing your true colors. In a time where courage and understanding and collaboration was required, each of you folded. And so at least I know where you stand. Our students deserve better. I hope that in the future you will act accordingly and try to find more meaningful ways to collaborate with our other major player in the district, Da Vinci.
Our next speaker is Jean Ogar. The topic is also schools to DV Rise.
Good evening. At the last board meeting on May 4th, you described the ribbon cutting for the new $16.6 million taxpayer-funded Wiseburn Sports Complex. It was a proud moment for a project that received very limited local news coverage. In that same meeting, you also denied the material revision for Da Vinci Rise to operate under the Wiseburn Unified School District. Da Vinci Rise is a national model, a winner of the $10 million XQ Super School Grant. The school has been recognized by Forbes, USA Today, the Wall Street Journal, and the LA Times for its success with foster youth, homeless students, and children in mental health crises. While this board is busy celebrating a local sports field, the rest of the country is celebrating Da Vinci Rise. At the May 4th meeting, you celebrated a project that cost taxpayers $16 million while pushing away a school that brings $10 million in private grant money into this community, funds dedicated specifically to high-level academics and social services. This new sports field isn't even open to the public unless we pay a fee. And now outside sports leagues are paying top dollars to rent the space. You've turned our public bond money into a commercial rental business while telling 8 of our own Wiseburn families that their children's stability is less important than your revenue stream. Congratulations. You've built a machine that generates profit, but you've rejected the one that saves lives. You have specifically stated that revenues from your new field will go toward turf maintenance, not education. It's not surprising that a plastic field is the priority. 2 people on this board, Roger Banuelos and Nelson Martinez, are top executives at Element Consulting, a firm that manages school construction for a living. When you spend your professional lives focused on revenue-generating venues, perhaps those bright field lights blind you from seeing the children who don't fit into a stadium. Instead of helping these children, you hid behind a staff report and told Da Vinci to just go back to LA County or Acton. This sounds familiar. 3 years ago, this board tried to illegally terminate Da Vinci's lease at 201 Douglas Street for no cause. This denial is part of a long-term pattern of trying to displace students in schools that you've decided don't belong in your business model. You even pushed out your own Futures Plus program. Da Vinci is rising through the big leagues, while this board is playing small.
Our next speaker is Grace Bader. Topic is also schools DV Rise. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. And first of all, I'd like to say congratulations to the legacy teachers, especially Mrs. Olguin, who is my son Harry's teacher. And thank you for your dedication to our kids. But I'm here tonight because Wiseburn residents have a lot of questions and concerns. You had the opportunity to rise to the occasion and reauthorize Da Vinci Rise, and you chose not to. However, I have no doubt that Da Vinci Rise will rise without you, but you missed a golden opportunity. You could have been the heroes in this story. Instead, the true heroes are Patty and Carrie. Do you remember them? The two Wiseburn residents, Wiseburn kids, who had the courage to stand right here in this very room and share their experiences as members of the Da Vinci Rise community. I was here that night. The room was standing room only, much like tonight. Our heroes, Patty and Carrie, spoke bravely and honestly about what the Da Vinci Rise program has meant to them and to their lives. They called Da Vinci Rise a home, a lifeline. There was not a dry eye in the house. But the question is, did you hear them? Because from where Wiseburn residents are standing, the answer appears to be no. And Wiseburn residents are taking note. I mean, these are foster kids, at-risk youth, facing homelessness in our community, and you turned your back on them. Why? You celebrate a field instead of helping the most vulnerable members of our community, the Wiseburn community, who need your help the most. These are not other people's kids. These are our kids, Wiseburn kids. Your decision to not listen to Patty and Carrie has made all of us in the Wiseburn community aware and highlighted a deeply concerning pattern emerging with this board, a pattern of not listening to the very residents, families, and students that you were elected to serve. Wiseburn residents have had enough, and we are tired of feeling ignored and of decisions being made without transparency, and we're tired of feeling like the wool is constantly being pulled over our eyes. And let me be clear, this is not a community that will simply be dismissed. We are a vast, diverse community of critical thinkers, electricians, engineers, first responders like myself, scientists, lawyers like my father, educators, CEOs, and members of the media that we've invited tonight and are listening in closely. Wiseburn residents are paying attention, and I would encourage anyone in our community who feels compelled and inspired to do so to please consider running for a position on this board. We have some seats for re-election coming up. Communities are strongest when leadership is accountable and representative of the people it serves. Because this community deserves to be heard. And so Wiseburn residents are left asking, if you're not listening to Wiseburn residents, and if you're not listening to Wiseburn students and kids and families, then exactly who are you listening to, and what are we doing here? It is elemental and essential that the Wiseburn community find out and get answers to these questions. That's all.
Our next speaker is Jerry Wan, and the topic is Dale Air Principal Transition. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Hello, board. Hi, members of the community. I just want to start off by saying I'm just going to be a little bit more lighthearted, and I don't want to dismiss the folks that have spoken up before. I know that those issues are very serious and meaningful for the communities that they represent. I started coming to these meetings earlier this year because we did not have a principal. We had some safety concerns, and you guys got to know me as a guy who always showed up and said, what are we going to do about our principal search? And so I come here with gratitude for listening to our parents in our community, for surveying our parents in the principal search, and for hosting a meeting with all of our parents in our community to hear our concerns. And so we want to thank also Principal Loops for her time, Mrs. Scora for filling in as necessary, and we want to welcome Mr. Christopher Watson as our new principal. And I hope he stays a while because we've had a little bit of a rotating door at our school. And so I just wanted to say thank you to all of you for listening, and for the members of our PTA, in particular, President or current and incoming president or staying president, Stephanie Anthony's here, and she has really been a stable force with our community and with our parents as we've navigated some transitions. And so I just want to say thanks. And if you're not doing anything this weekend or Monday, we have 3 championship games in our Little League. Stephanie's kid is still in the tournament. So it was my kid. And so if you guys want to come and then bring the community together. We had a game yesterday, since I have some time, in the AAA division, where one team was up 9-1 going into the top of the 6th inning. And the team did not give up. And the Brewers scored 8 runs with no outs in the top of that 6th. It made the other team rather nervous, although they ended up walking it off in the bottom of the 6th. But what we saw yesterday was a community that cares, that shows up for each other. We had families and kids who don't even play baseball, that don't go to the school around here, but they came to show up for our community. And so as somebody who was introduced to this board out of frankly, frustration and lack of not being heard. I just want to say thank you to all of you and the two ladies that are not here today. But yeah, we look forward to welcoming Mr. Watson to our community and really hope he stays a while. Thanks all.
Thank you all for your comments. Next, we will go to section 6 of our agenda, which is our special presentation with regards to longevity honorees. And I'm going to turn this over to Dr. Dougal.
Good evening, everyone. One of my favorite meetings of the year, and it's so exciting to see so many faces in the audience, teachers, staff, families, kiddos. It's going to be a great evening. We want to first start off with our honorees for longevity. And so for the 10-year anniversary of years of service, when I call your name, if you can stand in your place, and then after I've called everybody, you will come up to take a picture with Dr. Silvers and the board members that are present. So here we go. First off, this is once again the 10 years of service. Tanya Morrison. Octavio Gutierrez. Sandy Valdemez. Anadio Diaz. Alice Davis. And Maria Torres. Those of you that are here, I think Sandy and Octavia, if you can come on up for a picture, board members.
Maybe just stay aside.
Smiles. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Sorry. Perfect. One more. Ready? Big smiles. 1, 2, 3.
Don't forget to get your gifts. Next, for 15 years of service, Kiana Clark. Andy Desirrier. And Calvin Ross. Kiana, if you can come up for a personalized picture.
Favorite.
Just me, huh? Oh, I'm in the middle.
Star of the show.
Ready? Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3.
One more.
And now for 20 years of service, I've seen more of these guys in the audience. Robin Elder. Cynthia Mendoza. Maria Rodriguez. And Silka Takun. If you can also come on up for a picture, please.
style?
Prom
style? Oh, yeah, prom style. All right, maybe just a little bit. Perfect. All right, ready, big smiles, 1, 2, 3. Sit right there. 10 more, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, our next one are 25 years of service. Each of these folks will come up individually for a picture, a gift, and some flowers. So first one up is Ana Rosa Contreras.
You get all the goodies.
Thank you. Thank you. Perfect. You're perfect right there. Yeah, perfect. Smiles, 1, 2, 3. Your name again, 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, I'd like to kind of call up Bonnie Olguin.
What did I slice you guys? You're my guest. Big smiles.
Next, for 25 years of service, Teresa Warlick. We will send her gift to Bel Air for her. Next, 25 years of service, Elizabeth Dee Zerbel.
You want me in the picture?
Now you gotta
A little bit this way. Perfect, yeah. Big smiles, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
And now to 30 years of service in Weisburn, Noelle Stahl. Another middle school person, Anglesey Thomas.
It's like, what?
No.
Thanks for judging.
Our next 30 years of service is Ray Vacker Dallaire. And now for 40 years of service with Wiseburn Unified School District, Irene Umbarger.
Yeah.
That concludes our longevity honorees, section 6.1. I'll let Roger get to the dais for the next action item.
No one thanked the Academy.
I'm going to turn it right back over to Dr. Dougal, but I'm going to introduce section 7 before it's action items regarding personnel. We do have 7 recognitions for today, items 7.1 through 7.6. Is there a motion on these, please?
You have a motion.
We got a second. All right. If motion in a second, then I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Dr. Dougal for a presentation.
Thank you. Some more pictures and nice gifts. I'd like to first start with 2 retirees. First is Cynthia Publico. She'll be retiring, and we're very excited to celebrate the next chapter with her.
Come on.
Yeah.
Our next retiree we'd like to honor is Nurse Allison Schmidt.
Thank you.
For the next set of retirees, I'd like to call up Principals Kiana Clark and Lisa Wolberg. They'll be reading special resolutions for each of these retirees, or maybe a little bit of a roast, I'm not sure.
We want to prove.
So before they start reading, if you can call their name out, that way they're standing. They come up to the front so that they're front and center. Yeah.
We are going to begin with the 2019 Wiseburn Teacher of the Year. She always requires that to be said before her name. Mrs. Deborah Davis. Right here, we'll talk to you.
As we talk about you.
Okay, so we have a combination, just a few words. We'll be brief. I can't say what we really want to because I'm afraid you'll make me sit in the red chair. But To Deb, who is truly known for her dry sense of humor, she made me feel so welcome when I started at Cabrillo, as it was then. She's truly one of a kind. In fact, in welcoming me to the school, she said, "How do you feel about lobster?" And then one day she just showed up and laid out this entire platter of fresh, thank you to Mr. Davis for that, lobster and sashimi on my desk. And she's like, "I'm gonna tell you how it really is, and like we're gonna do this thing together." And I've always appreciated that about her. She's such a steady presence. She makes such a connection with the families and the students in her class. She is unflappable. And when you see a room full of 4-year-olds, that is beyond impressive. So no matter what comes her way, she is calm, she's communicative, she makes such strong relationships that last throughout a student's and a family's lives. And she cared deeply about every one of those children who walked into her classroom. And so I'm just really grateful that I had the opportunity to work with you. And in conclusion, I will say, Tootsie Roll, lollipop. You've been working, now you need to stop. All right, but we will miss you.
We couldn't do a full roast, so now we have to read the formal resolution for Deborah Davis. For 33 years of service in the Wiseburn Unified School District, resolution number 25-26.46. Those employees who have devoted a very significant part of their work life to the Wiseburn Unified School District deserve special recognition. Wiseburn has changed greatly over the past 33 years, and this change has brought many challenges to all of our employees. Commendations are in order for those individuals who have led this change and affected the lives of our students and staff. Whereas Deb Davis is in rising to meet the challenges of providing for our students has, for 33 years, been a beloved member of the Wiseburn Unified School District, serving as a teacher at Del Aire Elementary School and Holly Glen Elementary School. Whereas Deb generously shared her knowledge and expertise, always willing to mentor, collaborate, and help others navigate challenges. Her calm leadership and supportive nature helped strengthen her team and created an environment rooted in trust, professionalism, and shared commitment to students. And whereas Deb willingly stepped into the important role of leading the school safety committee, maybe the only one that likes to do that, she dedicated countless hours to updating and maintaining the site's extensive safety plan, ensuring procedures remained current, thorough, and aligned with best practices. She consistently trained and supported staff with patience and professionalism, helping create a culture where safety was prioritized and understood by all. And whereas Deb has created a warm and welcoming environment while maintaining high expectations for all students. She has always believed in the potential of every child and worked tirelessly to ensure students felt supported, valued, and capable of success. And whereas Deb's dedication to exceptional students is evident in the care and intention she brings to her work each day. She consistently ensures all students have the tools, supports, and encouragement needed to grow academically, socially, and emotionally. And therefore, let it be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Wiseburn Unified School District publicly commends and recognizes Deborah Davis for her years of dedication to the children, parents, and staff members of the Wiseburn Unified School District.
After this picture, if we can have Holly Glen staff that would like to come up for a picture as well.
Big smiles, ready? 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2. We're good. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Holly Glen staff. Holly Glen staff, come on up.
All Holly Glen staff. I'm doing it. Bye. We're all doing it together.
Yeah, whoever you want, it's your picture.
Del Aire staff, if you'd like to come on up.
I mean, Bel Air, I got school.
You got 2 rows here.
Yeah. Panoramic? Lisa, you should go up there, Lisa. You had a really good roast. You gotta remember it.
Get up there, Maria.
Catherine, come on down. 2 schools. It's so wide. Come on down. You were with her for many.
Okay.
Hang on, Ann.
Hold on.
Thank you for letting us borrow.
She's a character.
All right, I think we got everything there. Okay, ready? Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right, I think we got one.
Deb, don't go far. If the Davis family would like to come up for a picture as well, please.
Now's your time. We're not retired.
Exactly. We're missing one child.
You can Photoshop them
Yes. Am I going that way?
Right there. Too far. All right, perfect. Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Do one more, nice close up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Take it up.
I think our next retiree is not here, but we still want to honor her 51 years of service in Weisburn Unified School District, Miss Bonnie Ladendecker. So those employees who have devoted a very significant part of their work life to the Weisburn Unified School District deserve special recognition. Weisburn has changed greatly over the past 51 years, and this change has brought many challenges to all of our employees. Commendations are in order for those individuals who have led this change and affected the lives of our students and staff. Whereas Bonnie Ladendecker, in rising to meet the challenges of providing for our students, has, for 51 years, been a beloved, yeah, that's a wow. Yeah. Been a beloved member of the Weisburn Unified School District, serving as an instructional aide and playground aide at Holly Glen Elementary School, whereas Bonnie Ladendecker has positively impacted the lives of thousands of students by being a consistent support and helping hand. And whereas Bonnie Ladendecker has been an assistant and aide to countless teachers, helping ensure stations run smoothly and teachers feel supported. And whereas Bonnie Ladendecker has experienced many changes on the school site, and she always welcomed the challenge with a smile on her face and a willingness to help and support. And whereas Bonnie Ladendecker has always been the epitome of professionalism, she was always on time, rarely missed a day, and was cherished by all who were lucky enough to work alongside her. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Weisburn Unified School District publicly commends and recognizes Bonnie Ladendecker for her years of dedication to the children, parents, and staff members of the Weisburn Unified School District. And our next retiree we would like to recognize is Miss Bonnie Algeen. You could come to the front. Front and center. So a few things about Bonnie before we read the resolution. If you have ever had the privilege of seeing Miss Algeen's classroom, you've had a special experience. She had the only actual garden in kindergarten, and it was beautiful, and it gave you a view from the outside of her room just how much care and dedication she put to every single detail. You could tell from the moment you set foot into her classroom that she took her work seriously and that it was really a work of heart for her. She also, I must say, usually had the very best shoes of any person at Holly Glen. I thought that was worth noting. I also, in reflecting back on Miss Algeen, I think she took her classroom celebrations very seriously and her art projects very seriously. And so even when we closed for COVID. Miss Olguin, I don't know if you remember this, and her neighbor, Mrs. Craig, were, I think, the first two teachers to brave the world of Zoom, because if you remember, we closed schools about like a week and a half into March, and that is right ahead of St. Patrick's Day. And they needed to make sure that their students were able to do their leprechauns. And so Mrs. Olguin and Mrs. O'Craig were, I think, our first two teachers to brave Zoom, and they were committed. And that shows how important really you wanted your students, even from home, to still have the special experiences of kindergarten. And I just think that's one of many anecdotes that show your dedication. Miss Olguin made relationships with families that stood the test of time, who she still, probably some who are here today who remember her decades and decades on. And it's this dedication and the relationships she's built that will stand the test of time. So now your formal resolution.
A resolution honoring Bonnie Olguin for 25 years of service in the Wiseburn Unified School District. Those employees who have devoted a very significant part of their work life to the Wiseburn Unified School District deserve special recognition. Wiseburn has changed greatly over the past 25 years, and this change has brought many challenges to our employees. Commendations are in order for those individuals who have led this change and affected the lives of our students and staff. Whereas Bonnie Olguin, in rising to meet the challenges of providing for our students, has, for 25 years, been a beloved member of the Wiseburn Unified School District, serving as a teacher at Del Air Elementary School and Holly Glen Elementary School. Whereas Bonnie is a consistent and steady force on the kinder team, willingly sharing her expertise and knowledge with colleagues. And whereas Bonnie is always willing to connect and partner with families, she's willing to try any intervention or supports to help her students be as successful as possible in school. And whereas Bonnie is an advocate for all her students, whether it's for support in the classroom, lunch, or recess time, Bonnie will partner with all staff on campus to ensure her students' needs are being met. And whereas Bonnie has created a love of learning for hundreds of kids, making them confident students that continue on to future grades with solid skills and a love of learning. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Wiseburn Unified School District publicly commends and recognizes Bonnie Olguin for her years of dedication to the children, parents, and staff members of the Wiseburn Unified School District, adopted this 28th day of May, 2026.
Holly Glen staff, be ready to come up for your picture.
Ready? 6 miles. 1, 2, 3. There, one more. 1, 2, 3.
Holly Glen staff, come on up.
Oh, come on.
Take a step over, or maybe some people come on the side. All right, ready? Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Stay right there. One more. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Bonnie's family.
My baby. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's perfect. Thank you. Yeah. You need a chair.
Things went out of order. I was like, sorry. Don't put us together. The next employee that we would like to recognize is Engel Thomas. Take the flowers, Engel. I've had the pleasure of knowing Engel for 16 years. Yeah. Look happier about that, Engel. No. I was fortunate to teach alongside her when I first began my journey at Weisburn Middle School. To say that we participated in shenanigans and antics is an understatement. Mrs. LaCour could attest to that. We went on many, many trips to Washington, D.C. If you've ever traveled with 100 eighth graders across the country on a red-eye flight and then walked 5 to 10 miles a day, 12 miles, she always clocked it. You need an ally in that, let's just say, adventure. And Engel was there every trip I went on. We even got split one time and she had to take a separate flight with eighth graders, which sounds wonderful and scary. And Engel, when I asked her, she smiled and said, sure, for you. And that was true friendship. So Engel, you deserve all the sunsets, all the beach visits, not having to get 150 kids to run miles and encourage them and tell them it's worth it. And I just wish you the most wonderful retirement.
All right, so our resolution for Ms. Thomas. Those employees who have devoted a very significant part of their work life to the Weisburn Unified School District deserve special recognition. Weisburn has changed greatly over the past 31 years, and this change has brought many challenges to all our employees. Commendations are in order for those individuals who have led this change and affected the lives of our students and staff. Whereas, Engel C. Thomas, in rising to meet the challenges of providing for our students, has, for 31 years, been a beloved member of the Weisburn Unified School District, serving as a teacher at Weisburn Middle School. And whereas Engel C. Thomas has supported the physical health and wellness of thousands of students throughout her 3 decades as a physical education teacher. And whereas Engel C. Thomas has inspired generations of students to value teamwork, perseverance, sportsmanship, and lifelong wellness through engaging instruction and unwavering encouragement. And whereas Engel C. Thomas has been a trusted colleague and leader, participating on school culture committees and consistently demonstrating professionalism and commitment to her school community. And whereas Engel C. Thomas has maintained a deep commitment to the success and well-being of students, families, and the entire Weisburn Middle School community, leaving a lasting legacy that will be remembered for years to come. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Weisburn Unified School District publicly commends and recognizes Engel C. Thomas for her years of dedication to the children, parents, and staff members of the Weisburn Unified School District. And go Irish!
WMS staff, be ready to come up for a picture, please.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Time 1, 2, 3.
WMS staff, come on up.
Sheila, come on. It's been a while. You are. Oh, yeah. No, maybe actually go up too. Like 1 step this way. 1 step that way. I need to have a couple people come up. Yeah. One more, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay, and I think it's our very last retiree this evening, Mrs. Elizabeth Dee Zerbel. If you could please come forward. All right, Mrs. Zerbel. Holy tomatoes, peas and carrots. I didn't even know where to begin. Mrs. Zerbel, I think, has a reputation not only at Cabrillo and then Holly Glen, but throughout Wiseburn. Because I think for Mrs. Zerbel, being a kindergarten teacher was just so much of who she was, and that shone through every single day in all that she did. And I'm grateful, beyond grateful, that I had the opportunity to work with her for so many years. She always put kids first, no matter what. No matter if it meant that she had to have a difficult conversation, whether with an administrator, with a parent, with another teacher, no matter what, she always put kids first. And that above everything else is what stands out to me about Dee Zerbel. She was my own son's, one of his COVID teachers. And so I had the wonderful experience of having Mrs. Zerbel zooming into my home every day. Every day. And she did not judge when during a dental hygiene unit, she asked the class who could floss, and my son excitedly raised his hand and proceeded to start dancing in front of the screen. And she rolled with it. She rolled with everything with humor. And you have to love when those moments happen. And I saw that Mrs. Zerbel loved when those moments happened. She's why I will always remember to start my letters at the top, no matter what. And she introduced me to I think of the greatest characters in all of literature, Elephant and Piggy, and the great Mo Willems. And so I wanted to end with a quote from Mo Willems, who said, "My favorite book is my next one. I'm always hoping to make my next book my best one." And so I hope that your next chapter is your greatest yet, but boy, will we miss you. So, thank you.
And now our formal resolution honoring Elizabeth Dee Zerbel for 25 years of service in the Wiseburn Unified School District. 26. My apologies.
The next board.
For 26 years, those employees who've devoted a very significant part of their work life to the Wiseburn Unified School District deserve special recognition. Wiseburn has changed greatly over the past 26 years, and this change has brought many challenges to all employees. Commendations are in order for those individuals who have led this change and affected the lives of our students and staff. Whereas Dee Zerbel, in rising to meet the challenges of providing for our students, has, for 26 years, been a beloved member of the Wiseburn Unified School District, serving as a teacher at Holly Glen Elementary School. Whereas her knowledge, patience, and calm presence has served as a guiding force for colleagues and families alike. She has not only advocated for students with unique behavioral and emotional needs, but also helped others grow in their understanding of how to support students with empathy, consistency, and care. And whereas Dee has served as an advocate and ally as a union representative, ensuring that the needs of employees are met so that they can be the best educators for all of our students. And whereas Dee has brought deep expertise, compassion, and unwavering dedication to supporting students with challenging behaviors, her ability to build meaningful relationships with students while maintaining high expectations has positively impacted countless lives and helped create supportive learning environments where all students could succeed. And whereas one of her greatest strengths throughout her career has been her commitment to partnership and collaboration. She consistently worked alongside site administration, support staff, teachers, aides, and office staff with the shared goal of creating stronger systems and better outcomes for students. Her willingness to listen, problem solve, and support others helped foster a positive and collaborative school culture. She understood that supporting students effectively requires teamwork, and she valued every role within the school community. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Wiseburn Unified School District publicly commends and recognizes Elizabeth Zerbel for her years of dedication to the children, parents, and staff members of the Wiseburn Unified School District.
Yep, that's perfect. Ready, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Holly Glenn, come on up.
Big smiles, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Or 1, 2, 3.
The Dodgers won.
Right, let's do it. Dodgers won. Are you ready? Dodgers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you.
If we can also have Dee Dee's family come on up.
Looks like you have one. Sorry. This is perfect. Smiles, everybody. 1, 2, 3. And three. Can you go closer up? 1. Are you ready? Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Very good. We got it.
We have one, We have one final retiree who's not here today, but we'd like to honor her. It's Chio Miyahara. This is a resolution honoring Chio for her 42 years of service in Wiseburn Unified School District. Whereas Chio is rising to meet the challenge of providing for her students, has for 42 years been a beloved member of the Wiseburn Unified School District, serving as a health aide clerk at Del Air Elementary, formerly Wanda Anza School. Whereas Chio has remained a positive and supportive influence on staff as well as students through the many changes of the school, from moving to a new location, changing its name, and the transition between administrative teams. And whereas Chio's dedication, compassion, and loyalty have made a lasting difference in the lives of countless students, families, and staff over her career, and many students served have returned as parents themselves and have been comforted by her continued presence and care. And whereas Chio's humor and cheery personality always help students and staff feel safe during a health office's more challenging times, and a moment that can feel scary changes to smiles and comfort. And whereas Chio has been more than just a member of a great team, she's helped everyone soar. Therefore, let it be resolved that the Board of Trustees of the Wiseburn Unified School District publicly commends and recognizes Chio for her years of dedication to the children, parents, and staff members of the Wiseburn Unified School District. Congratulations. The next part of our agenda, we will be recognizing our employees of the year. So I'm going to turn that over to Dr. Silvers.
Good evening. Tess, you can hear me. We are really excited today to be able to share video recognition of some of our employees of the year for this year. Just a few weeks ago, we had an opportunity to have a staff appreciation day where we were able to honor these folks in person. And I just think it's fitting that they're here today and that we get to share this with them because, you know, in front of the board and in this room, you know, because these people have certainly made a huge impact on the district, both this year and many years. So I just want to thank the staff that, you know, recommended these folks, that went through the process of I guess nomination is a better word there, of nominating these folks. And more importantly, a big thank you to the individuals that we're going to recognize today, to their families, who are, I see some out there as well. Without further ado, our first employee is Margarita Cisneros Garcia. The video, yeah, that's right. As you all know, I could keep talking, so I appreciate the applause there. You know, Margarita is one of our systems analysts, I should say, here at the district. There's lots of systems, and I'm going to let the folks on this video speak to this. But you know, really, as a district employee, it's amazing what she's able to do, and I think you'll hear that in the video now.
Margarita is the absolute perfect person for this award. She is such a systems thinker.
So we talk about data all the time in education, but sometimes when we get numbers and spreadsheets and student information and student addresses, it can get really sloppy. She smiles when that challenge comes her way. And her job, she will work so hard to find the best solution the quickest she can. I have seen her take laptops home and text me at night to be like, I finally figured it out.
I have found Margarita to be the consummate problem solver. She looks behind the scenes, she looks behind our programs that are very complex, and she's able to find solutions, but solutions that will last us long-term, system solutions, not just a fix to the problem, but much deeper than that.
She's extremely conscientious, she's very hardworking, and she's just a very detail-oriented person. I still work with her, troubleshooting PowerSchool related things, and she's always very thorough in making sure things are running smoothly.
When we went to PowerSchool University beforehand, she interviewed everyone who worked with our student information systems. She talked to office managers, she talked to teachers, she talked to administrators, and gathered all of their problems, concerns, issues, questions, and took all of them into bear when we went to that conference. She went to every session she could, she spoke to every person she could in order to bring all of those answers back.
The woman is so excited with a new challenge. When you ask her if she'd like to attend a webinar, she's the first to sign up and says thank you because she wants to continue to learn and grow and develop.
She's just so brilliant in how she understands data, how she's able to look at the back end of some of these very difficult programs so that we can just be better as a district, so we have clean data, so that front-facing, our families see a very polished and very professional school district.
This is the type of person you always want to have on your team.
She does everything she can to make life for others in Wiseburn easier.
Okay, go. Okay, I was waiting for the intro slide there. Next up, we're able to recognize our certificated employee of the year, and this year that's Brandy Garcia. Fortunately for the students that she's with, she's in Washington, D.C. Engel knows well about that, and Kiana and so forth. But so she's not able to be with us today, but it was really nice to be able to celebrate that with both Brandy and her mom, Maria, who also came, who's a longtime employee of the district. And you know, just the intentionality that she goes through with her teaching since she started at, I'm not going to say her age when she started, but she was pretty close out of college. So, and when she was hired here, she just really, she's a natural, and her students benefit every day from having her in the classroom with them. So we'll let the video roll.
I met Brandy for the first time when she was long-term subbing as a 8th grade English teacher, and immediately was blown away by how creative she is and how excited she was to learn and to grow as a teacher.
It's clear when you walk into her classroom that there's a culture of acceptance, there's a culture of collaboration, there's really a culture of respect and love between teacher and student back to teacher.
She explains things a lot. And then, like, if you don't understand it, you can ask her, like, oh, I don't understand it, or like, can you help me with this? And then she helps you, and then it, like, she makes it click in your brain.
Every day she shows up happy and ready to teach, and it makes all of us happy.
She makes everyone feel welcome, especially like new kids. She just made me feel like so welcome and like in the community.
She wants everyone to be the best version of themselves, students, colleagues, families.
Brandy's so good for Teacher of the Year because she just does everything. She is involved with the students, she's involved with the community, she's involved with the staff. She tries to get her foot into every door and make sure it stays open for everybody else behind her as well.
If I have an idea and I want to just put it out there into the universe, she will grab onto it and help me figure out the next steps and how to make it a reality.
Brandy's a dreamer. She always thinks of like the next fun, exciting idea. She dreams for the students, even if they don't dream for themselves. She's always dreaming of the best way that our school can be and that our teachers can be. And you 100% deserve this recognition because you make our campus a beautiful place to be.
Thank you, Ms. Garcia, for helping us empower our way through middle school. Thank you, Ms. Gar, for like teaching me all the math I know and helping it understand me. And I'm so sad that I'm leaving. But you know, I won't forget you when I'm famous, because we all know I'm going to be famous.
I'll be famous too one day.
We're not going to forget you. We're not going to forget you.
Good evening. I'm pleased to present our honoree for the Engage, Empower, Elevate Award, which is a unique award to Wiseburn School District. This year, our recipient is Karen Chapkane, who is our Preschool Enrichment Program Coordinator. Karen is someone that goes above and beyond in all she does, and she is a highly valued employee, and I think just fully represents what this award is about. And she, when you think of the little 3-year-olds that are entering our doors for the first time as a Wiseburn student, and her face as they're greeting you, smiling, cheering you on, encouraging you to come through the door each day, is exactly who you want to have in that spot. And I just am thrilled and honored that she is this recipient for this school year, and you'll see many wonderful things being said about her.
For over 26 years, you've shown up for our students, our community, and our district with so much heart.
Karen has been a longstanding employee in the Wiseburn School District, going back to her time at Rainbow River, and now for the last several years being our director of our preschool, Wiseburn Preschool Enrichment Program. Karen, you are a light, a kind, generous person, and you are often the first face our families see when they start their time in Wiseburn.
Hi Karen, congratulations on your award. It's so special seeing how much the students love you. They truly love you, and that says so much about the environment that you've created at this wonderful preschool. Thank you for everything that you do.
I love you so much. I love you 1,000 times. I love you 10,000.
Hey Karen, I just want to say thank you for everything you do here at the preschool for us.
Hi, Miss Karen. I just want to say thank you for all your kindness, your patience with us, the team, and the kids, and for all you do for all of us. So thank you so much.
She helped me clean up that paper that I made a mess with. She helps us with our lunch. Miss Karen's nice too. I love Miss Karen.
I've had the pleasure of working with you in my first job in the district at Rainbow River, where you're such an incredible leader, truly valued colleague, and most importantly, a cherished friend. You show so much energy and love for our littlest learners at the preschool, and that's so inspiring, and it's why your name is on this award. Thank you, Karen, for all you do for Wiseburn, and congratulations.
Thank you, Karen.
And our final recognition tonight is to highlight two members of our Wiseburn community who were recognized by our parents in Wiseburn with the Community Advisory Committee Award, our CAC award through our Southwest SELPA. So these are families that nominated two members of our team for the work they do in supporting our students with special needs. The first recipient is Myra Figueroa, who is our speech language pathologist at the preschool and Holly Glen Elementary. And tonight we also have with us Mr. Brandon Herrera, who's one of our district BCBAs, who is also recognized. Brandon, please come up. Yeah.
Does he get a roast too?
Yeah, there you go. Big smiles, ready. 1, 2, 3. One more, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
We can have Brandon's family come on up as well.
All right, big smiles up here. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Good job. One more. Ready, 1, 2. Oh wait, sorry. One more. Big smiles. 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Before we take a quick break to celebrate all of the successes that we've been talking about today, we do have a procedural item. So those that are looking to retire, I do have a motion in a second, but if they don't vote on it, you're going to be here for a while. No, but I first wanted, before I actually ask and take the vote, I would like to thank everybody that's receiving an award or a recognition for all of their many, many years of service, whether it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 30, 40, or retiring. Thank you incredibly for all of the service and dedication that you've demonstrated to the Wiseburn Unified School District. It's truly been a pleasure and an honor to serve with you and in taking care of all of our students and children here in the Wiseburn Unified School District. Thank you. Words are probably too small to thank you for all of the service that you've done over so many years and so many efforts as well. So thank you. And I'll let my colleagues, if they've had some comments to share as well.
I just want to take a moment, reiterate Roger's comments as well. I want to thank you to all the honorees tonight, to the retirees, to the awardees for everything that you did. I've been blessed to be here at this district as a student as well. So I also had these wonderful teachers and my children as well. So again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you to everybody.
I'll merely echo the same sentiment, and I had the privilege of attending the Staff Appreciation Day, and as it was starting, I said to Dr. Silvers, I said, look at the amazing people in this room, and we should be honoring everybody here today for the role you play, the important work you do, and I don't know why we're celebrating so many of you leaving. I don't really get that, but we do wish you all tremendously well. I also do want to take a moment to call out two of our honorees, Robin and Dee Dee, who are our WFA presidents and have come to every one of these board meetings. And most of them are not nearly as interesting as this one. So thank you for doing that, and wishing you all.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you. We'll take a break to celebrate. We'll go ahead and take a 5-minute recess. Thank you. All right, thank you, everyone. We're Jason, are we back online, please? Oh, excellent. Thank you. We're going to go ahead and resume our meeting at 7:29. And we left off on section 8, reports and information. Item 8.1 is board member reports. Going to go ahead and start to my left-hand side with Nelson in his comments.
All right. Again, I just wanted to congratulate all the longtime honorees, retirees, as I mentioned, and the awardees on, this is my favorite night of the year where we get to recognize all of them. So again, congratulations to them and their families. I also wanted to just take a quick moment to thank Blake with taking me for a site walk the other day. I had an opportunity to go to Del Air. I had missed their open house, so I had a chance to see the wonderful classrooms and tour the site, and also see some of the projects that are going to be upcoming in the summer at Del Air. Also had an opportunity to visit Holly Glen, where I did miss also their open house, unfortunately, due to work commitment, but had a chance to see them prep as they were preparing for open house, and had a wonderful time seeing all the classrooms and seeing the sites. The sites are also in tremendous shape as we wind down the school year. I also wanted to take a quick moment to thank Dee Dee and Robin for a wonderful afternoon at Cafe Marmalade, where we had a chance to just have conversations and good discussions. So thank you both for that as well. That's all I have tonight.
Thank you, Nelson. Next, we'll go to Dr. Golden. Neil.
Thank you, Roger. Again, accolades to all the honorees tonight. Thank you also, Dr. Silvers, for our visit. Roger and I had the opportunity to visit Del Air and see some of the magical things that are happening there. And one of the really incredible moments was in Ms. Garcia's classroom when they were doing the egg drop to see who would survive. And one of the things that was so beautiful to me, that was so inspiring, was this was a very coordinated effort between all the great teachers, and all the classrooms are doing 3 different exercises. And the one we got to witness was the egg drop. And what was so beautiful, and I have this on video and I play this whenever I'm sad, is all of the kids cheering for all the other kids, saying, please don't break, please don't break, please don't break, as they're about, and they're all breaking. But please don't break. And it didn't matter. There was no competition. It was all cheering and joy and love, and kudos to the culture that's been created there. It's just wonderful. On a more business note, we are part of a JPA called the Local Classrooms Funding Authority. It is our turn. This is a joint effort between Centinela, Hawthorne, Lenox, Lawndale, and Wiseburn. I am the representative of that. It is our turn. I am now the chair of this committee. We met again. This is responsible for the what's it called? The property tax, parcel tax. I was pleased to report we did not raise the rates on the parcel tax. That was voted to not do that. We have actually never raised the rates since it was in its, I think it's 11 years existence. So pleased to do that. Also wanted to point out 2 things. One, this year there will be no assessed fee to any of the districts because the budget is solid. So there's no additional fees we need to prepare for, which is nice to report. And then also, I wanted to make this note of this card. If you are watching at home or know someone here tonight that is 65 or older, particularly if they're having fixed income or financial challenges, you're not obligated to pay it if you turn this in, and you have that opportunity. We certainly don't want to. We want people to have that opportunity. And I also want to recognize Wendy for getting this Wendy don't look around, for getting us current with minutes. Thank you very much. I know that was an arduous task, and we're all up to date and much appreciated. That's it for me, Mr. President.
Thank you, Neil. I have just a couple of comments tonight as well. I had an opportunity to attend a walkthrough at Del Air Elementary School and do a site visit. And I got to tell you, it's amazing and inspiring when we walk and see the campuses and the engagement with the students. It's absolutely wonderful. I'm going to piggyback on Neil's comment on the egg drop, because that was by far the most exciting part of the whole thing. But what was really interesting is we were there for quite a while. We also got to see the planning phase and the students interacting, developing their protection of the egg. And one student said, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, are we dropping a raw egg, a hard-boiled egg, or like a scrambled egg? That's huge, right? Because if you're in engineering, you got to know what to do with it, right? It's a very different story if you're dropping a hard-boiled egg. So I really appreciated the enthusiasm, the camaraderie amongst the students. It was really inspiring in that they were truly trying to help each other with the whole process, as Dr. Goldman said. Then after, when they came to the actual egg drop, they were all cheering for each other, which is really cool because it was like a competition anyway to see which one didn't break, but they were very united in it. So congratulations to our teachers for doing such a wonderful event. I really appreciated seeing it, being a part of it, and experiencing that, because my boys are much older now, but I remember when they would come home so excited for that competition as well. So thank you, Dr. Silvers, for leading that site walk. Absolutely fantastic to see. And thank you to all of our teachers for promoting that engagement. That's all I have in terms of my comments for tonight. So next we'll go to section 8.2, which is school site update. And we have an update from Aviation Elementary. Ms. Graves.
Yeah. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
President Banuelos, Dr. Silvers, Dr. Dougal, Board of Trustees, thank you so much for the opportunity to share all of the exciting things happening at Aviation. I know the last time we were here, we were in the midst of our iReady diagnostic mid-year, so I will share how that went and how it's going, so we can check that out. We'll be looking at the priorities: reading, math, science, and then focusing on our student wellness and safety. And I have a few students who would like to share some updates in that area with you in a little bit. So looking at reading, we are focusing on our iReady diagnostic, which, as you know, is our personalized instruction and progress monitoring, and looking specifically in the area of reading. We were focusing on informational text. So this was at the very beginning of the school year. We looked at tier 1. We had 43% of our students were early on, mid, or above grade level. We had tier 2, 30% of our students were 1 grade level below. And then in tier 3, 27% of our students were 2 or more grade levels below. Our goal was to, by mid-year, increase that to 60% for our informational text across the board. And we were pretty close. We got 59% of our students. So we almost hit our target of 60%. We were very excited that we were at 59%. But the great thing, if you look at tier 3, our beginning of the year, we were at 27, and we wanted to shrink that, and we did, to 15%. And that is continuing. We're seeing that trend currently as we're finishing up our diagnostic for reading right now. And then you can see our tier 2 also shrunk as well. So that was our whole goal, was to expand that tier 1 and shrink in the other 2 areas. If we do a deeper dive into right here, if we look at, I like to see things stacked. So if we look at this, at the top number that's kind of marked out a little darker is your middle of the year diagnostic, and then the lighter color underneath is beginning of the year diagnostic. So you can see across the board where we're at tier 3, the red area has shrunk significantly in some areas and continued to shrink. So did our yellow area. So we were closing that gap in those 2 areas. And then looking at our tier 1, definitely made some expansions and growth in that area as well, across the board in all of our domains that we were focused on. And again, we were really zoning in and honing in on that informational text because our hope was that that would continue. We would see that across all of our subjects and continuing to see that growth. Now, diving into our individual grade levels. This is our 3rd grade. Again, that top darker tier or bar is our mid-year, and on the bottom is beginning of the year. So you can see the growth in 3rd grade was pretty awesome. We went from 53% at the beginning of the year up to 75% mid-year. And again, that's trending in the same direction for our end of the year diagnostics that we're still in the process of completing. And then looking at tier 3, where we had 19% of our students in tier 3, we were able to decrease that almost by half to 10% in 3rd grade. So we saw this consistently with our other grade levels as well. Looking at 4th grade, again, looking at tier 3, we were at 20% beginning of the year. We were able to close that gap a little more to 11%. And we're continuing to see that trend in 4th grade currently with the scores that are coming in. And then we made that 13% growth from beginning of the year to mid-year for informational text for 4th. 5th grade, again, looking at almost cutting that in half at our tier 3 area and closing that gap. And then also looking at our tier 2, we did see great gains. And then looking at our tier 1, which is where we were focused, we were able to increase by 14%. So we're trending in the right direction with our reading. And like I said, we're starting to see similar trends currently with our diagnostic. We have about 100 or so more results coming in throughout the rest of, well, I guess tomorrow is the end of the week, so throughout the rest of the week. And a lot of our students are in the middle of their diagnostic currently. So we'll have those hopefully by end of day tomorrow. So our goal, we are shooting for 80% mastery by the end of the year with our informational text. This is a new program that we're trying. So we've experimented with different strategies in the classrooms. And so we felt as a team, 80% is a good target for right now. We would like to increase that next year. But at the end of the year, our goal is 80% mastery in specifically informational text. We are continuing with our iReady MyPaths. We are looking at our core literature and our book club focus across all grade levels. I think last time I talked mostly about 5th grade and what we were doing with that. We're seeing it now 4th grade and 3rd grade, and they're developing some great discussions with the students as well and how they're leading those literature circles with each other. Recently, 3rd grade, we saw them with Charlotte's Web, and it was a great experience that a few of you were able to come with us to go check out too. We currently have our intervention support and our intervention specialist who is supporting in reading and expanding into math as well this year. And then we, as you've seen throughout these slides, we have that very cute mascot, Plory, in the bright orange, who is the mascot for iReady, comes to our school site and then celebrates with us. And we had a celebration mid-year for students making growth, and we are preparing for another really exciting celebration in a week for students who are continuing to make growth. Looking at math, focusing on our iReady information as well. At the beginning of the year, we focused on number and operations, and I shared with you number and operations. It's the foundation of your algebra, algebraic thinking, measurement and data, geometry. It's the foundation of everything mathematical that we do. So looking at our tier 1, we were at 40% early on mid or above grade level. At the beginning of the year, tier 2, we were at 47%, and then tier 3, we had 13% of our students 2 or more grade levels below. Our goal was to improve or increase and build tier 1 up to 60%. And we were able to accomplish that and go a little beyond. So we were at 63% of our students by mid-year in January when I was here last time.
We need to take a little break and acknowledge that. I think that's fantastic. Thank you so much. Fantastic.
We're very, very excited. Working with our teachers. As you know, we worked with the Coatsum Foundation, and so our focus was math as well. And then working with Holly Compton, our district math specialist. I feel like all of the things we've been doing and trying this school year is reflected here in the hard work of our students and then of our staff as well. So we're very grateful for the hard work, and we're seeing even more of the exciting results coming through right now in math. For the end of the school year. You can see looking at tier 3, we were at the beginning of the school year, 13%. We were able to move to only 4% of our students in tier 3. So the great hard work that we've been doing is definitely showing in the results that we're getting. Again, looking now, you can see, and I know we talked a little bit about geometry last time because that definitely was an area where we were hoping to close that gap in tier 3. And with all of the hard work we've been doing with number and operations, you can see across the board, it's happening. So we're making great gains in math by honing in on that one area. Looking at 3rd grade, now you can really dive into how they were working really hard with their number and operations strategies, and looking at tier 3 went from 13% of our students were 2 or more grade levels below, and at mid-year we were at 2%. So seeing that continue to close is really exciting for us. And then looking at our tier 1, we were at 32% at the beginning of the year, increased to 50. So our goal since January has been to shift that 48% over and can continue to see that growth in 3rd grade. 4th grade, again, significant gains. As you can see, we were able to move many more students over into the above or on grade level, going from 46% to 76%, and taking that 21% in tier 3 and shrinking it down to 5% of our students. And then 5th grade as well. Looking at our tier 3 at 12%, we were able to close that gap to 5% of our students. And then looking at that growth beginning of the year, 41% up to 63%. And if you were to ask our 5th grade students who are here today, they've been working really hard in this area. Would you agree? Really focusing on math to help close those gaps and to make great gains this school year. So we're really excited about the progress and all the growth we're making at aviation. Our goal is 80% mastery by the end of the school year with numbers and operations. And we are looking like we will be on track for that, if not to surpass it. So very excited about the growth that we've made this year in math. We're continuing with our iReady My Path during our PLC time, looking at data analysis. Teachers have been great about trying different things in the classrooms, looking at math stations, how we can do rotations, working with Ms. Compton, our district math specialist, and then those iReady celebrations are really fun to have. So we'll see a lot of students celebrating next week. In the area of science, we were very happy earlier this school year to be able to hire our STEAM tech aide to come in. And as soon as she started from day 1, she hit the ground running. She designed the Lego robotics for the students to ensure that every 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade student had the opportunity to build a robot, to program them, to code them, and then to drive them. We also are focusing on having more science labs in the STEAM lab. And then our 5th grade classes are continuing the science rotations. So they have the opportunity to get used to experiencing other teachers as well, and then looking at specific areas with them. Our PTA was great about helping while we were in the process of hiring our STEAM tech aide. So they sponsored a Lego robotics build at Da Vinci Science earlier in the school year, and then they also hosted an aviation science fair for the first time. We had several entries and students showcasing some really great ideas and projects. They were able to share all of that information at an evening event that we had on campus. And then looking at our student wellness and safety, this is something that we've really been focusing on and building up at our school. We obviously are focused on our academics, and then we're also really focused on what does our culture look like for our students, for our staff, and building that. So we work with our core team. I work with them alongside our counselor, Ms. Renee, to plan our staff meetings, focusing on capturing kids' hearts in our DEI lessons. We have our weekly Bulldog assemblies on Monday mornings. It's whole school, and our student council completely leads it now. At the beginning, I was doing a little more hands-on, but now I hand the slides over to them and they run the meeting, which is really great to see. And then we have our Bulldog Bark. You'll hear a little more about next edition coming out in just a few minutes. I'm very excited about that. Something new that we added this semester, we started with our positive office referrals. So we really want to make sure that we're building our culture and supporting our students in the areas of being their Bulldog best, which Lily and Zuli will talk to you about in just a moment. But our new office referral, it looks like this. Students who are showing their Bulldog best, looking at being respectful, being responsible, honesty, hardworking, positive attitude, and kindness are recognized at a monthly meeting. And then they get to come to the office and they get to call home. And they start off with, "Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. This is not an emergency. I have great news to share." Because parents, when they see aviation, they get worried, right? So we always start with that, and then they get to read their office referral to their family member. And It was just really heartwarming for those first conversations with them, because then I would get on and explain what it was, because they're like, what is happening? And a lot of celebrations and some tears of just joy and hearing that we're highlighting great things happening on our campus. And then we started our Bulldog Ambassador program, and that kicked off earlier this semester as well. And I have two of our current ambassadors here with us who would like to share a few words with you. Ladies, would you like to come up?
Okay.
Hello, Wiseburn Unified School Board. Put it down. Yeah. Yes. Thank you. Hello, Wiseburn Unified School Board. I'm Lily. And I'm Zuli. We are student ambassadors at Aviation Elementary School. We are very excited to be here today. What do we do for our jobs, you may ask? As ambassadors, we get to school a little earlier in the mornings so that we are ready to greet fellow Bulldogs. We make sure everyone is their Bulldog best and make sure the environment is clean by helping Bulldogs put their bikes and scooters away so nobody trips over them. As ambassadors, we greet Bulldogs by saying positive things and asking how they're doing. Sometimes our amazing counselor, Principal Graves, and teachers help us. We arrive ready to give bright smiles to every Bulldog. To show your Bulldog best means B, be responsible. E, effort all the way. S, safety first. T, treat others with respect. We are also current writers for the Bulldog Bark School newspaper. We have been on the Bulldog Bark staff for all 3 editions. We are collaborating on an exciting piece for the 3rd edition. The 3rd edition drops on June 9th. We are so thankful for all the additional opportunities students have at Aviation, like Bulldog Bark, Bulldog Ambassadors, and Student Council. We feel like we have grown and gained new skills that will help us in middle school. Thank you.
So we were very excited to launch our Bulldog Ambassadors program, starting with 5th grade. And we had a few students who were like, well, that sounds kind of cool. And then after they saw how great it was and seeing the smiling faces when they walked up to the gate, we had more students apply. And so we were very excited to continue this. And we have some ideas on how we can expand it next school year. But we kicked off earlier this semester. So it's been great to have the first people our students see are their peers, and it's really nice to have that experience. Now let's shift our thinking and our ideas to our staff. I was very excited to go a few weeks ago to the Coatson graduation. As you know, we have had a partnership with Coatson for over a decade. I was one of the first fellows back in 2016 who went through as a math fellow. And then we also had the writing fellowship a few years ago, followed by a post-fellowship year. And then we rolled into a 2-year math fellowship, which we just had graduation for our 7 fellows and our 1 mentor. We are very excited that Coatson gave us the opportunity to have another post-fellowship year, and we will be focusing on literacy and really deep diving into the literature that our students are reading, looking at correlate novels that we're going to hopefully revamp and come up with some other ideas for. This is the first time in Coatson history that a school has been asked for a second PFY year. So we feel very honored that they selected our school site as the first school to try this and see how it goes. With our first PFY year, we became a Coatson model school. So we had a lot of other school sites and teachers coming in to see all the hard work we were doing with math. So now we're excited to expand to literacy next school year. And it'll be under the leadership of Trisha Maano, our lovely mentor. The 7 fellows who are pictured here, they will also be continuing on as well. It's open to any alumni, and our 7 said we want to continue. So they will continue one more wonderful year with Coatson as well. So continuing on our next steps, we're going to really focus on with our iReady team and that partnership, continuing to build it, deep diving into data, looking at that, and then continuing our celebrations for iReady. monitoring that growth and looking at how our students are doing, where they're at, and what we need to do to get them to the next step. Our teachers are great about diving into data, and they're the first ones to come tell me how their students are doing as soon as we take a diagnostic. And I love that they're just so compassionate and invested in their students' data and what can we do to help support each other. And then we're still looking at using that win time intentionally. Our focus will really be data analysis during our PLC time next year, along with the continuation of building our rubrics and our assessments as we move into piloting our achievement report next year. And then celebrating our students and our staff is huge. It really builds the culture we have at Aviation, and focusing on both our kids and our adults has been really great. Upcoming events. Tomorrow is our Bulldog +1 dance. It is disco theme. Students picked out my outfit today and we ordered it on Amazon. It will be here tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. So I am ready to go. They were worried about my attire. We do have our Bulldog Bark 3rd edition coming out on the 9th. So get ready for that. And then our 5th grade promotion is on the 10th, and our field day and last day of school is on the 11th. We have a lot of great things coming up. One thing I forgot to mention, and it's not up here because it's hot off the press, we do work closely with the Friendship Foundation, and we have been building our Aviation Friendship Club. And this year we were able to expand. We had 3rd and 4th grade. We were able to expand into 5th grade as well with the support of our special education teachers, Kim James, our speech language pathologist, Alina Rodriguez, our psychologist, and our wonderful counselor, Miss Renee. We received an email today letting us know that there is an event this weekend where Aviation will be recognized as the Elementary School Club of the Year for all of the hard work that we have put into Friendship Club and building it, which is very exciting. So it's just another area where we're focusing on our students and how we can really build that culture and support each other. So I just wanted to share that exciting news that just came in a few hours ago. And that's everything. Do you have any questions for me or for our 5th grade students while they're still here?
I do have one question for our ambassadors. What do you like the most about your role and your job there every morning?
I feel
Lily, do you want to come?
I get really happy when I say good morning to people and they say good morning back, because it honestly takes a lot of guts to do that.
It does.
I like how everybody, when we say good morning, are always happy that we said good morning, and they get a little bit happier each morning.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Lily and Zuli, right? Yeah, thank you guys for doing that. And I just wanted to recognize you guys for having the courage and coming and sharing tonight. That takes guts. Good for you. And I also want to single out your principal and Miss Ventura for the culture you're creating. And that's the magic that's making this happen. I'm not surprised you again got Coatson to say we want you again and again to win this Friendship Club of the Year. That's in due to the culture you're creating, the love that's happening there, the leadership. So thank you very much for what you're doing at the school.
I also wanted to just take a moment to thank the ambassadors. Thank you for leading by example and instilling that positive culture that you started at the beginning of the day. So thank you both for doing that. And to Summer and everybody involved in the results that we're seeing, I know it's a lot of work. That's incredible. Thank you, because you're seeing the results. You're seeing that we're bucking the system, especially in math at 3rd and 5th grade level, which is it's countering what's happening in the state of California. So kudos to you. Thank you, Holly. I see you in the back there as well. And please share that with all the teachers, because these are incredible results. This is great stuff. So thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And then one more thing on the math front. And I don't know if Dr. Silvers, this is in the how-tos, but because we have this data, which is again so inspiring, wonderful to see, and I'd love us to dig deeper, not something you'll share with us because it's confidential, but for those students who did progress tremendously, what are the lessons there? For those students who did not progress, What are the lessons there? So we can continue to use the data not only to be proud and celebratory, but to learn and improve our practices to just take the next step every year. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Next, we are going to go to item 8.3 on our agenda, and it's a mathematics update. And also Wiseburn Middle School textbook adoption and math pathways update. Maggie?
Well, I'm going to hand the mic over to our math specialist.
Oh, absolutely. We'd love to. Okay.
One teachers first.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
Well deserved.
Can we take a picture with the ambassadors? That's the way
I'm going to be a little Erica, let's move a little bit this way. I don't have that special touch.
My media person would not approve.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You got a tough act to follow.
I know. I just hope I get them next year. That's what she was whispering on the side. They're going to be on my team.
Welcome.
All right. Thank you for having us here tonight. For those of you listening at home, my name is Holly Compton. I'm our district math specialist. And I was excited to work alongside our teachers at the middle school this year. We have a process that we went through for a few years now, really thinking about the curriculum that we wanted to use and what we wanted to adopt. So this is the process we went through.
It was me and Warren.
I'll take it. It's not me. Okay, so we started way back with our mission and vision, and we really dug deep into what our teachers wanted in a curriculum. And then we thought about also talking to our kids. So tags along right with what you were saying. We talked to our students. We conducted empathy interviews to see what they really wanted in a math class, in a math course. And so we got to learn a lot from our students. We had students from every grade level represented. And it was a really fun time for those of us who got to do these interviews. And from the interviews, we learned that our students were wanting a little bit more. They want a little bit more in terms of being able to talk to one another, to be able to do tasks with one another. And that was our big takeaway after we listened to our kids. We heard that they want to really hone in on the activities. So that was their favorite thing. Across the board, we asked what their favorite things were, and across the board, the kids said they were always so much happier doing activities with one another. So we were really focused on that.
So I am Ashley Bukema. I am a 6th grade math teacher at the middle school. And I will just speak quickly to the test and select phase that we started at the beginning of this year. We piloted starting in January with 2 different textbooks, and we're finishing the last right now. We made our selection and we're here today. And I'll give you more details on the next couple slides after Holly talks about implementation.
Well, I'm really excited that I get to keep working with her next year. So I will continue working with the middle school team as they implement their first year of the curriculum that they are hopefully adopting. Again, we really thought hard about what was most important to us and to our students, and like the big boulders that we wanted to build upon. So we call those our essential standards. We also thought more about our math pathways and wanting to make sure that
We really addressed the California math framework that was just updated. So a couple of years ago, we started this process, and we have this is an oldie but goodie. We have our middle school teachers here on the team with us and our elementary teachers, and we went to the California Math Conference, and we were looking at materials, and we got really excited about some materials, and we thought we should hit pause just for a moment because we want to make sure that there's enough time for the textbook companies to address the California math framework. There were going to be significant changes for the middle school, but not for the elementary. So we went ahead with our elementary adoption, and we hit pause for our middle school. We took a step back, but we are excited that we are taking a step forward now. We've been doing some PD days. We've had the team pulled out together. We've done lunch and learns with the teams. They've agreed to give up their own time. And we've also gone to visit other schools and watched other teachers in mathematics in other places, which was a really valuable day for us together. And then, of course, we've started looking at our scope and sequence. So we will continue that work next year together.
And Holly, were those other schools that you visited using this program or this curriculum that's being proposed, the Eureka Math?
No, we were watching best instructional
best,
practices.
okay.
Yeah. Mhm. And then we thought about our math pathways. So in 6th grade right now, we have all 6th graders enter and take Math 6, and that will not change with our adoption. We will have our students enter at 6th grade, but we also took a look at our criteria that we established for what would allow for acceleration in mathematics. So we adjusted our criteria. We now have 4 criteria that we are using data-based, and we are going through very thoroughly to understand who would really benefit from acceleration. And we really wanted to cast the net wider. We wanted this to not be an opt-in. We wanted all of our students to be able to take part in this. So we are all of the data points are taken during the school day. So we have information on all of our students. We wanted to create more access for Algebra 1 for our students. And that was feedback that we heard from the community, and we wanted to really adjust and respond. So our data is looking good. We have a lot of students that are looking like they're probably heading toward acceleration for next year. So more on that later.
What we did is we have Ms. Rainey here from Da Vinci to kind of explain what happens once they leave our little nest, because there's many options at the high school level. And so we did want to present this together side by side on what our Da Vinci, our friends are doing as well.
Thank you. I'll be brief. I know that looks complicated, but I would say that Wiseburn and Da Vinci are aligned on the mission of opening the floor in terms of access to math and higher level math and raising the ceiling for all students. And so they come as they are, and we greet them and we support them. And we've been very fortunate to see really strong math coming to us from Wiseburn. So thank you for all of that hard work. And our goal is to really take that baton and give kids lots of access points instead of a single linear path, which has been kind of a traditional trajectory over time, is wherever you are in 9th grade, you can predict that out by 4 years. And so the complications that you see on here, and it's not even all of the possibilities represented, is that our sites have looked to find ways to take students wherever they are when they come to us in 9th grade, and then offer them opportunities to progress at a typical pace if that is what they need, and also to accelerate if that is what they need and want, and being sensitive to like
what they need and want and why, and who needs and wants that, because sometimes there's some push and pull around parent wants versus student wants and needs. So you'll see on there, like between the 9th and the 10th grade, there is an opportunity for students to take geometry if they're coming in with Algebra 1, or Algebra 2 if they're coming in geometry. And that puts them kind of a step forward in order to get to those higher level maths. Some of our schools even offer combos in like 10th grade of a geometry Algebra 2 combo that allows kids to get to pre-calc. So we're really carefully monitoring the effectiveness of these different strategies, but we know that it's really important for kids to get to that higher level math. And then the last thing I'll say is, regardless of what level of math kids get to in 12th grade, it's really important for them to, as much as possible, have 4 years of math, and that affects their abilities. I see the nod. So to get into various colleges and competitive colleges. And so for some of our students, that looks like an alternative math, like financial algebra, if maybe calculus is not quite in reach yet. And it may look like pre-calc, it could look like calc, it could look like advanced calc or calculus at El Camino. It can look like a data science class or a statistics. And so this is our best rendition of what this might look like.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please don't test us.
I had a student
before
ask
you
me
move-
today, sorry.
Before you move forward on this, I'd like to say thank you for working together on this, because that transition and that handoff is just so critical. It's how are we as a whole preparing our students, right? And when I say we, it's both Weisberg and Da Vinci, because it's the entire curriculum and continuum of the instruction, right? You can't just have it at the end of 8th grade and then what happens at 9th. I mean, it's like a relay race. Someone picks up that baton, right? So this is really exciting and encouraging to see as well in terms of the collaboration that's happening. So thank you for sharing that with us.
All right, so I'll keep it brief also. For our test and select, we started with Amplify Desmos as our first pilot for 6 weeks. The second pilot that we did for the following 6 weeks was Eureka Math Squared, California. And after those pilots, we had our upfront professional development with the respective companies. We did our PLC time, and then that led into these surveys that we sent. So the surveys were sent to parents, they were sent to students, and then all 6 of us math teachers also participated in the survey. And I think this is probably the part that you all want to hear. This was the main criteria that we were looking for in our textbook that we agreed were the most significant points that we wanted from a book. Number one, just a higher rigor. We wanted something that would provide the more discourse that Holly said that the students asked for, in those surveys. Second, the differentiation for our students with disabilities and our English learners was a big key component that we were looking at. The high quality assessments is very important for us. And finally, the support with UDL and how we're engaging with our students and the different types of representations that the curriculum provided was also very important. And you can just see some of the quotes of the survey that were supportive of the curriculum that we are presenting.
It is such a proud moment that every one of the teachers at the middle school was willing to take this on. And so bravo to them for doing this work, because it wasn't an easy task mid-year to change, kind of what you were doing. So
I don't know if you're going to show us numbers, nor do we need to see them, but was it a landslide vote? Was it? Okay.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. Yes. So on the next slide. One too many. You took the thunder. Go ahead.
So we included all of our educational partners. Ashley touched on this a bit. All of our middle school teachers in our math department participated, that is no small feat. I've never seen a math department get together and say yes, let's do this, all of us together. So that was really wonderful. And I was able to sit in their collaboration meetings, their department meetings, and just listen to the professionalism and the PLC process that they were going through, even when looking at these textbooks. I also got to join weekly PLCs with some of our math teachers, our 6th grade teachers. And then, of course, we took interest in our families and our community and of course, what the students had to say. So we surveyed our students and took those surveys seriously when we considered which program we would go with.
And so without further ado, we are respectfully asking the board to approve our recommendation for the Great Minds Eureka Mask Squared California curriculum for our adoption for next year. And yes, Dr. Goldman, it was a landslide as far as the teacher vote, and very heavily weighted towards this choice from the students. Yeah, so if there are any questions, we're available.
This is also the program we're using.
Yes.
Lower grade.
We're unified.
So very
2K to 8.
consistent,
Yeah.
which of course is most important for making your job easier. So that sounds
Yeah.
like a win from additional levels.
Yes.
So that's great.
Yes.
That was actually going to be my question in terms of the continuity of the program. So you feel this is, since it's the same, I guess, manufacturer or developer of this, you see the continuity from the different grade levels, they align from grade level to grade level?
Absolutely. And actually, that was one of the students' comments that stuck out to me, was that they felt like they could jump right in because they were familiar with it from 5th grade. So they were able to make the connection from 5th, okay, this is what we're doing, and then in 6th grade, here we go. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
That's
We
all I
appreciate
have.
And Holly, thank you for your leadership here and for taking the time, because I know your full-time job is not a full-time job. So, no, the amount of time and the extra work, please thank the whole department, and thank you in particular. Thank you very much.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to go to item 8.4 on district leadership reports. I'm going to start right here with Marilu.
We will be having our public hearing, LCAP and adopted budget on June 9th, the same day that the Bulldog part comes out.
Oh, man. You're going to have some major competition that day. I don't know.
And I was lucky to be able to provide you a big chunk of that LCAP, through our metrics, through our goals, and reporting out. And we are adding quite a few new actions that we'll go into detail at our public hearing about, just from feedback we've received from our educational partners and a large amount from our teachers as well. So it's very exciting with the governor's new budget to be able to provide some of these things to us.
Monique?
Student services, just a little preview. It's an exciting time of year because we get to review the systems and what we have in place for our students. And so we're really taking a deep look at our LROP program and how that's working for families, but also student safety and well-being. So we're looking at our cell phone policy, our safety in terms of e-bikes, and also screen time. And so that includes talking to our administrators, hearing from looking at our data and looking what students are saying about these things and how they're using these things, but also feedback from our community so that we can update our practices, our policies, and make sure that we are making the best decisions for our students.
Just a question on the LROP program. Do we have thoughts for next year? Are we thinking any adjustments? Maybe I'm premature, but
We
Your
are
thoughts?
looking into how we can strengthen the program. So one big adjustment that we made last year was with the middle school, allowing the students to complete work that's provided by their teachers because that system was already strongly in place instead of using our school's PLP program. For elementary school students, it's a little bit different. And we have gotten feedback from schools PLP. There's some ease of use and some benefits to it, but also some constructive feedback that we're taking into consideration, working with schools PLP to strengthen some of the lessons, and also looking at how we can just better address some of the feedback from our families.
Thank you.
I think it's important to know, we also have to look at return on investment.
Yeah.
You know, is the amount of time, effort, cost worth it for the amount of money that we get, that we recoup, I guess, for lack of a better term. So that's all gonna go into some prep and summer work.
And maybe in a budget workshop, you can bring us up to date on that.
Sure.
Marlou. Yeah. That'd be great. Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Kim, special education.
Nothing for me this evening.
Next, we'll go over to our deputy superintendent.
We had our update earlier today.
Oh, excellent. Now we'll go to our superintendent, Dr. Silvers.
Sure, just a couple updates to me, and I just sort of want to focus on, you know, I had a chance to sub in a classroom today. It was a 8th grade social studies classroom. That's what I taught, you know, when I was wrapping up. I just realized how hard, you know, being a teacher. And, you know, in particular, this was a middle school classroom, and you know, it's just a different pace to the day. And I think that's just sort of telling, and I guess it's an honor to be able to celebrate today, you know, those that are retiring, and just the long-term commitment that these educators have made in various different aspects of schooling. I mean, today we honored folks that keep our students safe and healthy, you know, with some of our retirees. We honor just longstanding teachers, you know, our youngest learners, those that supervise our students on the playground. We have, you know, those that are making sure our students are healthy and fit. You know, we have union leadership in that group, and just all of that together really helps support our students on a daily basis and makes this community what it is. And so I went into a classroom earlier today to sub, and I got to celebrate today with those people that do that every day, whether it be in a classroom, in a nurse's office, you know, on the playground. It's just a fitting way to end the day. And so I just wanted to start by saying that. Then I'll move over to a little bit, you know, more business. You know, if you ever want, we're doing musical performances over at the middle schools. We have students that are walking, and you know, I'll tell you, if you ever walk past a TK student, if you ever need a happy day, walk past a TK student. I mean, it is absolutely the most uplifting thing that you could do, is walk past these little people who just wave and just are happier than anything. To walk, to sing, to learn, whatever it is, it's just really, really inspiring. And I was inspired by walking past. It was about probably a 30-second interaction across the street, and it was lasting on the day. You know, it really had a lasting impact on the day. And so I just had to say that too, because I experienced that yesterday. And I also want to share with the board, going to the business side of it, we are in negotiations right now with Fabletics. I know I've sort of brought you up to speed. Fabletics has offered a $250,000 over 5-year sponsorship agreement for the sports facility, the sports complex. It's really kind of a no strings attached other than their name somewhere on the field, on the board, and that money then in turn goes back in sort of the coffers to be able to maintain that facility. It allows us to keep costs low for our outside users. So we're not down to the nitty gritty of the contract just yet, but I do expect that that's going to be something we'll be negotiating here over the next few days, next week or so. And I think it's just a really good opportunity to get some capital that can then help us with maintenance operations and general, just sort of, the general operations of that facility itself. That's very expensive, as you well know. Had a chance to watch a softball game on that field. I'll tell you, it is a really special place. I do think that we're going to have to take a look at some of the visibility over the summer, maybe take a look at some of the fencing and where it is, and if there's ways that we can help improve that. But definitely we'll commit to doing some work there, some looking at it this summer, and go from there. With that being said, I can't believe, I just realized yesterday it's like 2 weeks left of school. I mean, I couldn't believe it. It's like, where did time go? I just want more time. I'm kind of kidding. That was a joke for when the teachers were here. I'm, very, I see people backing up. No, I just,
The ninth inning.
it is the ninth inning. It's probably the bottom of the ninth. So really excited about the end of the school year. Just for all the learning that we saw happen. We saw the presentations today. We saw the textbook adoption math update today. Thank you, Ashley and Holly, for that, and Maggie for helping with that as well. Just exciting times. So thank you to everybody. It's feel really blessed to be able to be a part of this community.
Thank you, Blake. Next, we're going to go to section 9, which is public comments for items that are on the agenda. Wendy, do we have any public comments for agendized items? No, thank you. Next, we'll go to section 10, which are consent items. Is there a motion to approve items 10.1? Well, item 10.1, which would approve 10.2 through 10.12.
Comment.
You have a motion for 10.1.
And you have a second with a call out for 10:11, please.
Okay, yep.
Great. I heard Blake first, so if you don't mind, or
I'll defer to you for the same reason. Yes.
okay, great.
So I just want to say that part of our hazing process is to have a new incoming principal have to sit through a very long meeting and wait for his. So Chris, welcome. You sat through this process, and I just want to say thank you. There's many family in this community that have reached out to me that I've had a chance to talk to. To Jerry and Stephanie and Brandon and others who have really been instrumental in kind of shaping how we went about this search for the principal at Del Air. We were able to hold a parent meeting and get feedback. I want to thank Nisha for helping us organize that, and Erica, who's not here now, for helping organize that process, for our time with the teachers beforehand to be able to gather their feedback. We were able to really find, those elements that were really important to the Del Air community, so that Del Air feels like the special place that it is. And we found a special person for that special place. And I'm really, really excited to be able to work with Chris. He doesn't know, but I know people who know people that know where he worked. And it was really, really awesome. Everything that's came back, about him has been, really what I think Del Air is going to be excited to have. And so I'm assuming a yes vote from the school board. Chris, I welcome, you as a leader to this school district, as a leader to Del Air, and look forward to many years ahead working with you. So welcome.
Thank you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and ask for a vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Chris, welcome to the Weisman Unified School District. And if you have any comments, I'd love to turn the floor over to you. This will be a very common occurrence. No, as you can see, we'd love opportunities to speak with our school site principals and have updates, and really look forward to working with you in the future as well. But welcome.
Thank you, guys. I already gave notice at my other school, so I'm glad. I spent tonight talking with parents and the PTA reps and teachers, and obviously I've been Googled a lot since my picture didn't go out with the announcement. So people come up to me and they say, "You're Chris," and I'm so you looked online. I think that was indicative of where I'm currently at. For the past 16 years, I've been at one school site, and it's a great community that I spent a lot of time with and building, and I'm excited for this next step. And so working with you, working with all the people at the school site, and working with the parents and as a team, I'm just very grateful. Since this announcement went out, there have been a lot of people coming out of the woodwork who I know and say, my vet, his office manager is a parent at the school. So like random things like this, people are so informed on this, and it's an important assignment, but not as important as the teachers who were honored tonight, and being able to help them grow and use my skill set to further their work, and to ultimately have our students grow and develop into, your alumni from what I hear. So these are all great things that I'm glad and grateful and humbled to be a part of. And so I just want to thank you all for your leadership and for your trust in me already. And I'm looking forward to starting a great year next year. So thank you all very much. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bring family with you today?
No,
No? Okay.
I did not.
You're solo,
I'm
flying
flying
solo?
solo.
All right, good deal.
But thank you.
Thank you.
So Chris, congratulations and welcome to the Wiser family.
Thank you
Look
very
forward to
much.
working with you.
Indeed. Hey, we gotta shake your hand. Come on.
We get a picture.
A prom photo?
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Flowers.
Well unfolded.
Thank you.
Give them to the kids.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. You're the man in the middle.
Nisha, get in there.
Yeah, no, she always tries to run away.
One, two, three.
Can't leave.
You can go home if you want. You've paid your price to be here, so
Sounds good.
we appreciate it.
All right. Next, we're going to move to section 11, which are action items. There is one item under action items, 11.1, which is to approve a settlement agreement for OAH case number 202-60-10053. Is there a motion?
Motion?
Yep, second.
Motion is second. Any questions or comments? Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Section 12 is action items under facilities. I could take them as a group.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd love to do that.
There is a motion from Nelson for approval of items 12.1, 12.2, 12.3, 12.4, 5, and 6, all facilities related. Is there a second?
You have a second.
I have a comment.
Okay, Blake?
Yeah, I just want to sort of a highlight, since we are taking these all together, this is a lot of work that's going to be done at Del Air this summer. Going to highlight a few of those projects. You know, we have a TK playground upgrade that's going to happen. It's going to be a really, really nice upgrade to the TK playground at Del Air. We also are looking at the flooring and ceiling tile, which isn't on this one, but I'm just sharing that that's also part of the major upgrades, as well as the field replacement. And I've had a chance to walk with all three of you in the last couple weeks, and just it's clear that feels it. Life. And
It's done.
End of life, I guess. So excited to do all of this work this summer there. It's going to be a busy summer. You know, we have to hit some deadlines to make sure that we get it done, but we will get it done. So I just wanted to highlight, you know, Del Air on this particular construction update, facilities update.
One question, Blake, on item 12.6. Does the scope of this item, actually, it probably doesn't, or will there be a separate request for the modification of the poles and the netting? When we walked, they didn't look to be too great of a shape there, and there was
Yeah.
conversations that we'd probably be shifting the field a little bit.
Yeah, an update, we are not shifting the field. There is a Musco light there that just interfered. I found out this morning. So we're not shifting the field. What I could say is, I believe, and Noemi, you correct me if I'm wrong, the line and the netting is all going to be part of one change order that's going to come second. Am I right with that, or did I mess that up?
No.
That means I messed it up.
Good evening. No, it's actually going to be submitted as appeal. It came in below our appeal limit.
The
So
threshold.
we're able, the threshold, exactly. So we're just.
Okay.
As appeal.
One thing we had talked about, that side area, you had noted was originally envisioned as a practice area. Is there any utility or value in adding lines to that? I don't know if that had any cost, but, you know, to create a box, for example, I don't know if there's any value in that, but something to think about
I
if
mean,
we're
it's a
redoing
great
it.
area for theater seating.
Certainly,
Chairs.
yeah.
Watch the games. We can certainly, I'm not sure if the team was able to meet with you this morning, but they were
Oh.
trying to show a striping plan where we maintain the field where it is, the large field, but the two U9 fields could be expanded towards that area, avoiding the Musco
Oh, making them even expand.
No. We just added those to that bigger field. So to answer your question, I think it's two separate questions.
Yeah, two separate.
So to answer your question, I would recommend leaving it clear. And if you need to do warm up with cones and
It will
stuff,
look
I
much
would just
cleaner,
leave
it will
it,
look
leave it
very
at that.
Complex, that would be my
No issue.
recommendation as well. Right.
And love that we're
They
adding,
gave us a second
Let's-
option to do that, but it certainly looks a lot cleaner. if we keep
we're
that
adding
with
two
the-
more soccer fields perpendicular to the main field to add more space. So just FYI for our parents in the room and listening. Thank you.
Hearing no more questions, I'll go ahead and take the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Excellent. All right.
I think we can, yeah.
Section 13 is action items fiscal. I think I heard a motion. Nelson would like to take 13.1 through 13.6 as a group. Is there a second?
You have a second?
Any comments or questions?
Yeah, I'll make, at first, I just want to thank, Ashley and Holly again. This is going to also have the Eureka, hopeful approval here. Also want to thank Kim for her leadership with Goalbook, and I know one of the board members this morning had a question about that. So I, appreciate the systematizing of some of our goal setting, et cetera, as it relates to special education. We have some support for, one of the concerns that we've had over the years is just filling substitute positions. And so you will see swing education on here with the hopes to help augment our sub pool, particularly in the area of emergency subbing when somebody has to be out more last minute. This sort of cohort of teachers through this agency is supposedly going to be able to help us with that. So we're obviously it's untested, but with us. Other districts are using it, including our neighbors in El Segundo. So we're hopeful that this will be helpful as well. And I'll leave it at that for now.
Neil?
Just one more comment on 13.2. This is the best advantage in HRS system. And I do not want the staff to think, either those in Mari Lou's area that are working on this, nor the staff that have to work with this, that this is an endorsement of the system that we're voting on and approving tonight. LACO mandates we use this. They basically say, here's your bill, you must approve it, and we really don't have a choice. So I'm not even sure why this comes to a vote. We don't have a choice. I wish we had other options, candidly, but alas, we do not.
Just because there's an expenditure, so it has to come to the board.
exactly.
It's not really.
But it's money they're saying you must pay.
We
So
just have to approve it.
I have a comment on item 13.6. I'd like to just thank Maggie and Holly and Ashley and all of our teachers and everyone that's participated in the selection of a new math adoption. It is really quite an accomplishment to go through all this process and have such engagement and make such an important decision. The recommendation, I know it wasn't taken lightly, so I really want to say thank you for all the energy and effort that went into doing that. Because a few years ago, I think the board and I've also been commenting obviously quite a bit in terms of math, and we had the conversation about what can we as the board support our staff and our teachers to provide more access or opportunity, rigor, or just feasibility for math to see student achievement grow. And this is one of those efforts in terms of we see today 2 years down the road in terms of all the process that went through to come to today to actually to have a full recommendation for an adoption. I think it's a huge accomplishment. So I want to say thank you. Thank you for it, because obviously it's not easy. And I'm really looking forward to the future of what this new system and math adoption is going to do for all of our students. So thank you for that. Okay. With that said, all those in favor? Aye. Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. Oh, Neil?
Just and one more thing, actually, that was just thank you for the wisdom of pushing the pause button, because we could have material that's now dated a year later, and this is a significant investment. I'm sorry we couldn't do it last year, but this is better for years to come. So again, thank you very much. Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Neil. Okay. Section 14. Nelson's on a roll.
Since I'm on a roll, I'd like to recommend 14.1 through 14. Take that for you.
Personnel is,
So you got a motion for 14.1 through 14.3.
I will need a second.
And I do have a comment.
You have a second.
Okay, Blake?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a comment. I'm gonna defer to Maggie to make a comment. Can you just quickly comment on 14.1, the TOSA, MTSS and ELA?
Yeah, MTSS and then ELA TOSA. So we've had a math specialist for a couple of years and we're seeing great gains happening at the elementary schools in mathematics and now with the pushover into the middle school. And so one thing I've heard since I've started here at Wiseburn was this kind of the lack of literacy professional development that we've been able to have. And, you know, really, we've done such a great job diving into PLCs, but it is a conversation within our PLCs that's lacking, like around literacy instruction. And so we really feel like having like an instructional leader within the English and literacy curriculum and really focusing on our teachers and helping gather data is going to show that significant increase in reading as well. And so very excited for this position to be able to talk about those two big key areas at the elementary school, which, you know, we know will continue to grow once they reach middle school as well.
And ideally, this will propel our goals for the future, right?
Yeah.
Second, I just want to say 14.2, this was a mistake. I apologize for it. On the last board agenda, you did see a salary scale that was for the wrong manager classification. So we did have to bring back the more competitive manager classification that this represents. So it was an error that we're now correcting at this point, and that you're seeing the corrected salary schedule in front of you for a business manager.
Any further comments or questions?
That's it.
Thank you. Hearing none. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Motion carries 3-0. Actually, there are quite a few events coming up. I do have a list here and they're actually up on the board. So our next regularly scheduled meeting is Tuesday, June 9th. Really exciting time. As you can see, June 10th. Our promotions are coming up and we have Del Air on Wednesday, June 10th at 10 a.m. Aviation elementary promotion is also Wednesday, June 10th at 10:30. So we're going to have to sprint from one to the next. But I understand that's how schedules work. 8th grade promotion is also on Wednesday, the 10th at the 201 North Douglas Gymnasium at 5 p.m. And our last day of school is Thursday, June 11th. Da Vinci graduations and graduations are also upcoming. You can see here, design is on June 11th at 9 a.m. Communications at 1 p.m. Science at 5 p.m. all on June 11th. Da Vinci High, I believe that's Connect. Da Vinci High Connect is Friday, June 12th at 9 a.m. And Da Vinci Connect TK8 is on June 12th at 1, and Da Vinci Rise is Friday, June 12th at 4 p.m. That's quite a bit, but Blake, do you have any others?
I think you got it. I think we have some playoff games this weekend for Little League.
Yes, excellent. Thank you. Blake, do we have a need for a second closed session?
We do not.
Do not. Okay, with that, I will take a motion to adjourn at 8:41.
Moved.
All right. All those in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone.